family, food, clothing, education, a home. These are the basic necessities of a child and our rights to live well. These are the ideal things that a child should experience, but these things don't happen to everyone. We use the streets to travel from one place to our destination. But to them, the street is where they earn their living. It's where they play. It's where they eat. According to A Better Life Foundation, 75% of the street children are children on the street. They work on the streets but do not live there. They generally have a home to return to after working, and some even continue to attend school while working long hours on the streets. 20% of the children are children of the street. They make their homes there and create a sort of family with their fellow street children. 5% are completely abandoned, who go on their own for physical and psychological survival. Paseo, we met street vendors. They sell pan de coco. Let's know some of these kids. Anong pangalan mo?
Carquildi Garcia,
Ilang taong ka na?
11.
Saan ka nakatira?
Chicken Silang Cavite.
Anong ginagawa mo dito?
Titinda sa bayan tutulong sa nanay.
Ano ang pangarap mong maging paglaki mo?
Pulis.
Bakit? Bakit?
Dahil para pag nagnako at may masama, huliin ko po.
May pamilya ka ba?
Opo,
Nasaan po sila?
sa aming bahay.
Ano ang pangarap mong maging paglaki mo?
Pulis sundalo.
Ano ang pangalan mo?
Kurt Andre Rorica,
Ilang taon ka na?
6.
Saan ka nakatira?
Tintikan silang Cavite.
Ano ang ginagawa mo sa pera mong
Hindi ko
napagkitaan?
Pinibigay sa nanay para makatulong bumili ng bigas.
Anong ginagawa mo dito?
Nagtitinda po.
Ano ang pangarap mong maging paglaki mo?
Ang pangarap ko daw,
Chef.
chef daw.
Bakit gusto mo maging chef?
Para tigalang makatulong.
Sa mga nagugutom.
May pamilya ka ba?
Opo.
Nasaan sila?
Dun sa bahay.
May nananakit ba sa'yo o nang aabuso?
Yung sa pasayo, inaano kami ng pakulubay. Tapos, ano po, tatakbo na lang po kami gawa ng doon na po kami sa may tita namin na-stay po para doon na kami magtitinda po. Kasi po, doon po mas ligtas po kami kaysa doon pag-alagala po kami sa mga lugar. Pag pag-alagala po kami, bugbugin lang po yung mga pulubing sa pasayo.
Before this study, I knew that street children had it hard, but now I really understand how they live. They have to really work to get their next meal, and they have to work for everything they really need to survive.
Natutunan ko na ang mga batang kalye at kami ay may kaparehas ng karapatan, pero mas maraming binibigay sa amin kaysa sa kanila.
Ang natutunan ko ay meron din palang karibal ang ibang batang kalye, gaya ng pulubi. Pero mas malaki at mas matapang sa kanila. Kinukuha lang ang kanilang pinaghirapan ng ibang batang kalye.
I realized that the street children have their own enemies and they also get abused by other adults.
I learned that street children also have their own initiative and even sometimes go out of harm's way and just to help their families. They're actually not really bad people. Although they're part of this game, some people may look down on them, but they don't really deserve that kind of treatment. They just don't have money or they don't have the necessary supplies they need to have like us.
I learned that for these types of children, it isn't all fun and games. Some even sacrifice and spend more time on the streets, more than in school, just so that they can have extra earnings to help the family. There are several organizations which are doing the same thing about the situation of street children.
This is Erin Johnson. She's a missionary from the U.S. with Action International. She has a ministry called Brand New Day that helps street children. So, Erin, how does your ministry help street children?
Well, in our experience, the only way for street kids to really be changed and transformed is by knowing God. So our first priority in what we do with the kids is teaching them about God and helping them to come to know Him in a personal way. So our first priority really is spiritual development. So every week, since we started 5 years ago, we've been teaching a Bible study to the kids and helping disciple them. And then the second major aspect of what we do is family development, because we know that the best place for a child is to be in a family. A lot of times, family situations aren't that great, but we're trying to help the families take better care of the kids and hopefully help the kids get reconciled with their families. And then the third aspect of what we do is educational development. So helping the kids continue their education in whatever way we can.
Can you give some examples of how kids' lives have been changed?
Well, let's see. One child in particular, his name is Carlo. He's 18 years old now, but when we met him, he was about 13. And he had been living on the streets literally since he was 5 years old. He had been abandoned by his father had died, had been abandoned by his mother. So he and his siblings were just living on the street in whatever way they could. They were digging through the trash, eating food from the trash. They were begging. They were trying to collect recyclable things that they could sell at a junk shop, that kind of thing. And literally just going day by day and not knowing if they were going to have food or money or anything. So when we met Carlo and his brother, they listened to our Bible studies, but it took a while for Carlo especially to really start listening. And he went to a camp where he kind of where the Lord got his attention and he started wanting to follow God. And then eventually he started going to this ALS tutorial, and little by little his life began to change the more he came to know the Lord. And then and it's really been a little by little thing, but right now he is a leader. He's the leader of the leaders of all the kids, and he wants to be a pastor. He wants to work with street kids when he grows up. He wants to help other kids get off the street. And he's literally made a 360-degree change from the poor person.
Big organizations like UNICEF is devoted in serving all the street children of the world to make sure that their rights are protected. But this should not keep us from doing our part. And to make this work, we all need to get involved. And to these elected government officials, we are still waiting for the promises you made for us children, a promise to have a better future. Even though what we're doing isn't enough, we'll always try and try, standing proud and strong, because we know that we have the power to change.